Welcome back, everybody. This is our last video before we go off to the dyno, and my lovely daughter has decided to join us today. Little Paisley. She's just chilling in her little Minnie Mouse rocker. And if anybody's wondering, it's heated in here. She's not sitting in a cold shop. She's perfectly content with her blanket, and it is plenty warm in here for the both of us. So without further ado, let's get started on the Datsun. First thing I need to do is change the oil, because the first little bit of oil was kind of flushing everything out. If you are unaware, we did butterfly notch our cylinder walls, or right where they're sitting up against the head. That way we had room for the fuel injected head, the N42 off of the 280Z motor with a 240Z bottom end. Last thing we really need to do before going to the dyno is kind of get all of this cleaned up and the rest of those wires all tucked up and nice. At least good enough so that when we are on the dyno, the guy or person tuning the car is not hitting their feet on wires, because that would suck for him and for us. So I wanted to take a second to show you guys this oil plug. There is a magnet on the end of that, and we have close, if not zero, metal shavings on there, which means we did a pretty damn good job of keeping debris and metal shavings, like when we were notching out the top of the cylinder, out of the motor, which is good. And it also means we did a good job at getting oil pressure before we started the car, which is very important. When you go to first start a motor that you've completely taken apart and reassembled, it's pretty important that you crank it quite a few times, build oil pressure with fuel and spark disconnected. That way your parts are getting lubricated before you actually fire the car up. What do you think? Oh, there we go. Little smile. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw that plug back in, we'll fill her up, and after that, tackle the wiring. And after we tackle the wiring and clean all the junk out of the trunk, we can go ahead and load it up on the trailer and get it ready for the dyno. Sorry, I had to take a little dad break there, but we are pretty much good to go. Everything's been taken out of the trunk. I'll probably vacuum all that. Now, all I've got to do is find a place for the wires, which will probably be up behind kind of where that heater hose is. I should have enough room to tuck everything nice and neat back there. That way it's out of sight. It'll get covered up. Don't have to worry about people kicking it and causing issues. I'm gonna go ahead and try and get that done, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm finished. So most of those wires are now taken care of. We do still have our fuel pump wire and then our USB for our wideband, which is still just right there, just like that. So overall, it looks pretty good. I gotta do a couple things in the engine bay I'll show you as well. More so what's left of the stock harness. After that, I'm going to vacuum so I'm not throwing crap all over the road on the way there. And we'll be good to go. We'll load it up on the trailer and go get tuned. Actually, I decided, because I'm still hunting that tack wire down, I'm just going to keep them right there. They're just tucked up. They're not touching any metal, but they're out of the way. That way I'm not worrying about them on the way there. And while we're tuning, I'm going to show you something else. One of you guys brought this up in the comments, brought it to my attention. We talked about it a little bit. I decided to add a second intake air temp sensor in the actual intercooler piping. In my manual, it says to put one right behind the throttle body, but I don't think that that was based on an intercooled car. That was for a ZX, more so a stock ZX. So I'll flip you around, and you can see I've got that second intake air temp sensor right there, and the first one right there. So if we get to the tuner and they decide they want to use a different location, we have that option as well, just in case that's better for the ECU to read. I don't know. Guess we'll go find out. Howdy.
Hi.
Well, we got it vacuumed up for the most part. She's ready to go to the dyno. And hopefully she won't blow up. Hopefully she'll make a little bit of power, and everything will be dandy.
Hopefully she won't blow up.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing right now. If it can make it through dyno day, we'll be golden. I think that's it. I think that's it for the evening.
I just got off work, so
Yeah.
Austin got to hang out with Paisley.
Just for a little bit. Well, gas cap is put on, so we are good there. And next time I see you guys, it'll be dyno day.
We're going to bed.
Post in the comments down below how much you think it'll make. I have my own guess. It's not very optimistic, I'll tell you that, but
745 horsepower.
yeah, it will not make that. No, not even.
I mean, the number.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you next time when it's time to see how much power this thing is going to make. Peace out.
Bye.